Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here in our webinar for today. It's the third day of our Government Online Career Fair, and we are very excited to share with you our topic, which would be discussed by our esteemed speaker, Ms. Cynthia C. Ballesteros, the Chief of Human Resources Division of the Philippine Statistics Office. With that over, thank you for joining us, Ms. Cynthia. I'll be turning things over to you.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to this job fair. So my task is to give you how we were able to manage during the pandemic. So I have prepared a short presentation and we will share it to you in a moment. Okay, how PSA copes with COVID-19. The outline of my presentation is as follows. PSA and its role in the government, PSA during the state of public health emergency, PSA and its adaptive strategies, and our ways forward. The Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, is primarily responsible for the implementation of objectives and provisions of the following Republic Acts. RA 10625, or the Philippine Act of 2013, the RA 11055, or the Philippine Identification System Act, and RA. So PSA works under this structure on screen. PSA is headed by the National Statistician and Civil Registrar General, Dr. Dennis Ismapa. The Office of the National Statistician has 4 units and 1 division under its supervision. And there are also 4 main offices of the PSA. The Sectoral Statistics Office with 3 services, the Censuses and Technical Coordination Office with 4 services, the Civil Registration and Central Support Office with 2 services, and the Philippine Identification System, or the PhilSys Registry Office with 4 services. The services are headed by Assistant National Statisticians. The offices are headed by Deputy National Statisticians. The units or services directly under the Office of the National Statistician are headed by directors, and our internal audit division is headed by a division chief. We also have 17 regional statistical services office nationwide from CAR to BARM. They are headed by a director, and we have 86 provincial statistics offices who carry out the activities in the field office, headed by division chiefs. So PSA is quite a large agency with 3,182 authorized positions. But not only that, we hire contract of service workers to help us out in the performance of our mandates. So, as I have said, the PSA is a big agency. So, the mandate of PSA is that the PSA shall primarily be responsible for the implementation of the objectives and provisions of the said Republic Acts. It shall plan, develop, prescribe, disseminate, and enforce policies, rules, and regulations, and coordinate government-wide programs governing the production of official statistics, general purpose statistics, civil registration services, and inclusive identification system. Kumbaga, the PSA is the official source of statistics of the government. No? Then you are familiar, I guess, with the civil registration documents. So PSA issues civil registration documents, and we provide the national IDs. No? It shall also be primarily responsible for all national censuses and surveys, sectoral statistics, community-based statistics, consolidation of administrative recording systems, and compilation of national accounts. So PSA, the vision is solid, responsive, and world-class authority on quality statistics, efficient civil registration, and inclusive identification system. And the mission is deliver relevant, reliable statistics, efficient civil registration services, an inclusive identification system for equitable development towards improved quality of life for all. And our core values, we observe the highest standards of professional behavior by exemplifying impartiality and independence in everything we do. We stand firm against undue influence, ensuring that integrity cuts across not only in the statistics we deliver, but more importantly, in our people. Transparency, we ensure transparency in all interactions and transactions to build and nurture trust inside and outside the PSA. We strive for clear communication, shared knowledge, and informed, all-inclusive decisions for cultivating mutual respect at all levels of the organization. And adaptability, we respond to change with a positive attitude and the willingness to learn new ways to deliver our mandate. We stay on top of technological advancements and never give up in the face of challenges, instead finding them as opportunities to discover and gain insights to further our services to the public. For our PSA quality policy, the Philippine Statistics Authority, commit to deliver relevant and reliable statistics, efficient civil registration services, and inclusive identification system to our clients and stakeholders. We adhere to the UN fundamental principles of official statistics in the production of quality general purpose statistics, and we commit to deliver civil registration services, an inclusive identification system in accordance with the laws, rules, and regulations, and other statutory requirements. We endeavor to live by the established core values of the PSA and adopt the appropriate technology in the development of our products and services to ensure customer satisfaction. We commit to continually improve the effectiveness of our quality management system towards equitable development for improved quality of life for all. Okay, we now go how we were during the state of public emergency. With the conduct of various services and with the conduct of various censuses and surveys, including the census of population and housing, all scheduled in 2020, the PSA requested for and was given exemption from lockdown to gather data and implement the national identification system. So the Interagency Task Force, the Management of Emerging Infectious Disease, or IATF, EID, granted an exemption from lockdown to PSA. So we continued our operations and activities even during the lockdown. So here are some of the features for during our continued operations, but of course, due to data privacy, it was purposely blurred. No? Okay, but next, please. Okay. For the anticipation of local or national emergencies that may be caused by the widespread of the coronavirus disease or COVID-19 that may affect the daily work operations of our workforce, the PSA created the Crisis Management Committee. And PSA entered into a memorandum of agreement with the Philippine Red Cross for conduct of RT-PCR tests for PSA personnel who may be affected by COVID or may have been experiencing COVID. So as our means of monitoring the health of our personnel, we have a COVID tracker. As I have said, we had an MOA with the Philippine Red Cross. So results of our contact tracing, of our tests are recorded, and we have an internal web page for everyone to know. In this web page, we monitor the number coming from DOH, and we have our own data for our central office and field offices. This is an example of the web page. So PSA has its adaptive strategies during the pandemic, no? To cope with the ongoing pandemic, even now, no, the PSA took measures to protect its workforce. So PSA hired medical team to handle consultations, contact tracing, and address concerns related to the health. And currently, we still have them with us, one medical officer through teleconsultation, and 5 nurses. By the way, PSA is located in 6 buildings. We are currently occupying 11th floor here in Centris 1, EDSA, Quezon Avenue, Quezon Avenue. And then we also have office in Centris 3 at the 16th and 17th floor, and Centris 5 at the 11th and 12th floor. And as our PSA complex at S Avenue, we have three buildings, and currently we are also having the 23-story building for fit out. So we have with us 5 nurses who help us in monitoring the health and wellness of our personnel, and they go on rounds to check on the compliance with protocol and give advice to our personnel. So also, PSA has partnered or has coordinated with the Department of Health, and we were lucky to be given doses of vaccines. And in cooperation with the Quezon City LGU, we were able to roll out first dose, second dose, and one booster shot for our personnel. No? We need that because we continuously go active and perform our duties. So PSA on its recruitment side maintains and strengthens its online career portal where interested applicants may submit their applications and documentary requirements online. As you see, submission of hard copies or going to our office may not be safe at this time. So we maintained our online career portal. Okay, so this is our online career portal. We also do here the entire recruitment cycle except issuance of appointment, of course. So from application to interviews to summarization of evaluation results, we are able to adapt this. We are able to use this system, and until now, it's currently active. Also, in compliance with the protocols, we regularly update and issue guidelines on adoption and reiteration of health and safety protocols provided by the IATF and EID. So during the past, when after 15 days, there are issuances on levels or alerts from IATF, we respond at once by updating our guidelines for our personnel to adapt. Okay. Also, PSA implemented work from home and skeleton workforce arrangement following the guidelines from the Civil Service Commission, and to ensure accomplishment of tasks and health status to be taken care of, we monitor the attendance and health status of personnel through accomplishment of a health declaration form online. The health declaration form online is automatically reviewed by our medical team, so that when somebody else experiences symptoms, we are able to address them accordingly. Okay. So also, we, in support to health and wellness activities, PSA thought of giving health and wellness programs. So aside from webinars wherein we give lectures on how we cope with the pandemic, on how we practice the protocols, we also have trainings on health and safety. And when there when the COVID-19 is slightly when what I mean is when the COVID-19 is slowly going down, we were allowed to have gatherings. So whenever we have workshops on site, we do antigen tests for our personnel, and we maintain proper distancing. Until now, we do that. So we also had the Friday Fitness online, so that our personnel will be able to cope with the pandemic. And syempre, we want a balanced workplace also. So we did some contest for during our assemblies, general assemblies. We had PSA Voice Ever, wherein we encourage the participation of our personnel for singing contest, dancing contest. Of course, we practice the standard health protocols. Now, for our ways forward, coming out of the pandemic, PSA recognizes the importance of digital transformation in implementation strategies for the delivery of services. It is for this reason that PSA gears toward strengthening and continuing developing of ways to streamline processes to provide quality statistics, efficient civil registration services, an inclusive identification system to its clients and stakeholders. So PSA shall continue to strengthen its data systems and processes to ensure delivery of its mandates. And PSA shall sustain and ensure its health and wellness programs for a healthy workforce. So healthy PSA, happy PSA. So I encourage everyone to visit our website for further details regarding PSA. Thank you and have a nice day.